Oh. Hi you guys. So I wanted to do a video on this recipe that Ron and I found on a cooking show we were watching. So my Korean friends, please excuse my pronunciation if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But we're gonna make tteokbokki. So we have the rice cake, which is called duh, I believe. And then I have some dried kelp to go in there because we're gonna make it vegetarian. And I got my ramen. I got some already taken out rice cake. So I'm gonna put it in this water here. This is vegetable broth that I boiled the kelp in. And I have carrots, carrots and green onion or spring onion as people call it, cabbage, and some mushrooms. So putting that in there. And I don't have an exact recipe just because I looked at a couple of different YouTubers to throw this together. And from what I understand, it's a street food and you could put various, things in there, different vegetables. Some people don't do a lot of vegetables at all. Some people use rice cakes in it, which we're not, fish cakes rather, which we're not going to use because I don't eat fish. And so we're gonna put these rice cakes in there now. And I just soaked them in warm water for like 15 minutes. And I made a sauce for them. And this is the sauce. The sauce has gochujang, which is a red pepper paste. It has Korean red chili powder, which is not to be confused with the Italian one that we normally use here, the red pepper flakes. It has agave in it. Some people use coconut sugar or white sugar. I used agave. It has soy sauce in it. Some people also use sake in it or tomato paste to give it an acidicness, but I didn't have either of those. So I just used what I had. And it's supposed to boil all together. And then you add, which are optional, I found out, ramen noodles. That sauce is different. It's very spicy. You can add ramen noodles. And if you add ramen, it's called Rabokki, I believe. Rabokki. So, and I'm going to add the ramen noodles. So right now it's going to boil together. It should take, I don't know, less than 10 minutes to start boiling together. I'm just cleaning off my spoon in here from the sauce. And I'm going to add 2 hard-boiled eggs in there. The eggs, of course, are optional. If you are vegan, you don't have to add those. But, so we added those 2 in there, and you can eat them with this. So we just have to wait for it to boil. In the meantime, I want to just show you some of the stuff that went in it. So these are the rice cakes. I'm going to hold it upside down because I opened it wrong. So these are the rice cakes. Can you see that? And the dried kelp. This is to replace the fish cakes. And then these are the Korean pepper flakes, and you can see the consistency looks different than the ones we use like in Italian cooking. And then I have the gochujang, maybe that's the name of it. but it's a pepper paste, a red pepper paste. And that's that. And it's very thick and syrupy, almost like a tomato paste. So I'm using that, and that's what I made the sauce with. And then I bought some ramen noodles. All the videos that I saw, they were using like the ramen noodles that come in like the ramen noodles that we normally know, the squiggly ones. But I didn't find those, and I didn't want to buy a package of noodles with the seasoning in it. So I just got this. I'm sure it'll work the same way. I hope it'll work the same way. But we'll see. So I'll put those in now so that they cook along with everything else. Also, from what I understand, adding all of this together helps the sauce to thicken because you have the starch from the rice and the starch from the ramen noodles, and it helps to thicken the sauce. So now we just wait. What's the name of that show that we were watching? Ron's behind the camera, by the way. What's the name of that show we were watching that we saw this recipe? Is it Phil?
Please Feed Phil.
Please Feed Phil. And it's on Netflix. He goes all to different countries and tries different cuisine. And he went to a noodle place and they had this. And traditionally, they eat it. It's cooked at the table. Like you have a little thing that we have here. You sit around it. And everything comes to you in the pot, and they turn the gas on or the electric on, and it cooks right in front of you. You stir it, so it's like an interactive meal. So I thought that was a good idea. You know, if we had multiple cameras and stuff like that, we could have had like a camera over top this so you guys could see it while it's cooking, but we don't have all that just yet. So this is the way it goes. And, you know, we'll just come together to try it once it's all done. So the noodles are starting to soften now. And we just bought this little thing from Amazon for $19. We've never used one before, so this is our first time using that. It's interesting. You can probably hear the boiling. So we're like 2 minutes in maybe with the boiling part of it. It smells really good. And none of the recipes that I used called for salt or pepper, but you know, it has the red pepper flakes in it. Soy sauce is salty, which it has soy sauce in it. This probably has salt in this. It's in Korean, so I don't know what the ingredients are. I do know that it's vegan though. Oh, let me see. Maybe the ingredients are back here. Rice, red pepper powder, syrup, purified water, pepper seasoning, which is red pepper powder, purified water, purified salt, garlic, onion. So yeah, it has salt in it. So that has salt. The kelp might be salty since it is organic kelp from the sea. And then the soy sauce is salty. So I guess that's why it doesn't call for salt. I haven't had the opportunity to eat a lot of Korean food, so I don't know if their food runs salty, or if salt is an ingredient that they use often, or if it's just, you know, a part of their seasoning. If they're using things like this pepper paste and soy sauce and stuff, then they're getting their salt that way. And they're probably eating like fish in their stuff, or seaweed and things like that, which also bring salt. So I don't know. I'm just guessing. I do have a Korean friend who offered to make this for me, but I wanted to try it myself. I'm interested to have hers though after I have this, because she's gonna be all legit with it. So I'm gonna want to taste hers after. But I'm excited to make this. I've been wanting to make this for a couple days now, ever since we actually saw it on the video. I'm like, I really have to have that. I have to have it. So we're having it. I guess I'll just need to wait until the noodles are actually done. I don't know about the rice cake part. I can stick my fork through it now, and I couldn't before. It's very dense, and it was very hard. So, but now it's soft. My fork went right through it. So I guess when that's done and the sauce thickens up, this will be good to go. Just trying to keep track of the time just so I have an estimate of how long it takes. And we're 6 minutes in. So. Now would be a good time for some hold music or something like that. Can you smell it from over there? It smells good, right? It's garlic. Oh, and I did put garlic in there. It called for like 4 cloves of garlic in one of the recipes that I saw, but I just put 2 to be on the safe side because, again, I don't know Korean food, so I didn't want to go crazy on the garlic. I use a lot of garlic in my cooking as it is, but we eat a lot of Italian type foods, which are good with, like, you know, Italian seasonings and garlic. So I didn't want to go too garlic heavy and have it be overpowering because, you know, all seasonings are not meant to be overpowering. They're supposed to be accenting it. So I didn't want to go overboard. Now, one of the videos I watched, they said that if you make it in a pot, it stays more soupy, like a soupy noodle dish. But if you make it in a pan, the sauce gets thicker and it becomes like a sticky sauce. So being that I'm using this wok and it's kind of pot-like, it might stay on the soupier side because less will evaporate out. But we'll see. It's getting nice and red now, though.
They can see that.
Oh, good. Yeah. The pepper's spicy. It's spicy.
So you made it too spicy?
No, I followed a recipe as far as how much of this to put in, and most of the recipes for the powder, it called for 3 tablespoons. I only put 1 tablespoon because that's the pepper flakes. And I also saw a recipe where after this meal was done, the woman reserved the leftover juice and strained it, and she used it in fried rice the next day. So we might do that because I have some vegan kimchi in there, and I might use this as a sauce for fried rice and make a kimchi fried rice because I have some soybeans in there, edamame. I have some more shredded cabbage and carrots and green onion and some leftover mushrooms. You could do some peas in there and the kimchi and make a really good fried rice. So
I like that idea.
yeah, man. Okay. So we'll take over the reserve, and if you decide you don't want to eat the eggs in this, we can chop the egg up and put it in the fried rice tomorrow.
Maybe.
Okay. But the eggs,
I don't think the eggs make it taste better.
no, probably not. It's just a matter of personal choice. But I don't mind, although I try to eat a vegan diet, I don't call myself a vegan because I obviously would not have boiled eggs in here. And I do eat condiments that might have egg in it. And although I mainly eat, if I eat a cake or something, I do go with the vegan options. But again, I'm not against having a piece of cake that isn't. So, you know, if you're following me and you're thinking I'm vegan, I'm not. I'm a vegetarian. I'm a solid vegetarian, but who makes a lot of vegan choices. All right, so a lot of the sauce is going away now. It's still not getting really thick, but the noodles,
Hasn't been 10 minutes.
and the noodles aren't really done yet.
How about
It probably would have been better if I had gone with like an instant noodle pack, but
That's probably why they told you to do that.
all of the recipes that had the noodles in it used like the ramen noodles, like the square.
Because it's quick.
Yeah.
Well, if they watch us and watch more than one video, they know we don't follow rules.
I tried to follow the rules as best as I could this time.
Well, you did that noodle instead of the ramen noodle.
Yeah.
So again, if you watch more videos, you guys know we don't follow rules. We do it our way. Whether we make a mistake or we're successful,
Yeah.
we do it how we like to do it.
We're gonna try these noodles. It's got a nice boil going now. They're good, but they're not ready yet.
It ain't been 10 minutes yet. You should be like 7, 8 minutes in, but it's not 10 minutes.
Spicy.
I could have did the countdown on my, but it's too late now. You got about, what, another 4 minutes?
Yeah. It said about 15 minutes, so. It's spicy though.
So you know what that
Luckily,
means.
we're eating it early
Well, you know what that means.
because it's early in the day for us. We like to have our one meal a day early.
I mean, I won't be eating a lot of it. I can't do spice. I can do a little bit of it without it affecting me, but I can't eat a lot of it.
Yeah. I just like the boiling sound. It sounds so soothing. Almost like a babbling brook. No?
I just got an idea.
Yeah. And I'm getting a little mini facial too. I'm so anxious to try it. I'm gonna try one of these noodles, these rice cakes. Chewy,
They look like
just like I thought it would be,
yeah,
just like I wanted it to be.
it looks like cheese from here.
Like mozzarella.
Mozzarella sticks.
In one video I saw,
Look like you can fry those and make something else out of them.
the lady, she cut these in half. And I can see why, because they are really thick. So she just took one of these and she just cut it in half and made it that way instead of whole like I did. But mostly everyone made them whole except for that one lady. But I think that I like her way. I will definitely make this again and cut them in half. And I would definitely not put the red pepper flakes because it's very spicy.
I guess I'm the only one that don't like spicy food. I'm okay
Yeah.
with a little bit of it, but
Yeah.
too much heat isn't for me. I know it's
Yeah.
good for the diet. I know that spice be working your metabolism. I understand that, but man, me and spicy food don't work well together.
Yeah, and I love spicy food, but I do adjust things for Ron. Like I said, this called for 3 tablespoons of the red pepper flakes powder, and I only put 1. So next time I would leave it out because this already, this has spice as well. So it's like spice on spice on spice.
That don't seem like it's getting that soupy anymore. It look like it's getting a little thick now.
Good. I wanted it to be a little thicker. Also, I put 4 cups of veggie broth. The veggie broth, like I said, I boiled the dried kelp in it so it can have that that salty sea taste that they wanted to have. But I probably should have did 3 or even put another thing of ramen in there. But I didn't want it to be too much because I didn't really want a lot of leftovers. But this is a lot of food for just Ron and I, so there will be leftovers, which I'll have later on in the week. And also, a lot of people were saying that the rice cakes don't hold over well, but a lot of other people were also saying that they have leftovers. They have it for leftover, and it's even better 2 days later because the sauce really thickens up, and the rice cakes soak in a lot of that liquid. So I guess it just depends on different products you buy and your personal preference.
Sounds like your cheesecake, from what I hear from everyone. And also your candied yams you make.
The better the next day. Yeah, my cheesecake is meant to be eaten the next day. It's not meant to be eaten the day that it's made. It's usually gone the same day. I make them 2 cheesecakes and they're gone the same day. They're the kind with the graham cracker crust, not the New York style.
And the candied yams. She has to make us a little small pan because when we take it to New Jersey, there's no way.
It doesn't last. And they always want it with weird things. Like I'll make dinner for the family and I'll do like baked ziti with like, a salad and stuff. And they're like, can you make yams too? So.
I got 4 minutes left on the clock.
Okay. 4 minutes left on the clock. So we're going to give it a try. I guess I should have got a scooper, a bigger.
It doesn't matter. It's just the first initial taste of it, and then we can just turn it off.
Okay.
You can try yours with everything in it. You don't have to put so much in there.
Well, I want to make sure I get some cabbage and some carrots, mushroom. So they can see inside here and see how delicious this looks. A lot of the water has evaporated. You can see the line where it started, and it's cooked down quite a bit. And this is what it looks like. I'm gonna give it a nice try. It's really hot. It's good. It's really good. I like it. Do you want to come try it?
You put it down.
Watch yourself. Let's make him a nose run.
That's spicy. I don't like that.
The rice cake?
Yeah, I don't like those.
But you like the noodle and the sauce taste?
I will eat them, but I don't like those.
You don't like the sponginess of it? Okay.
That's spicy. It's really spicy.
It's good though. So, scale 1 to 10. For me, it's an 8. It would be a 10 if it wasn't as spicy. And I like spice, and it's still really spicy.
I agree. Not with your overall number. I'll give it for the rice cakes. I don't like those at all.
Okay, I'll eat all the rice cakes.
You can
eat
put
the noodles.
like 3 of them in there. I can do that.
Okay.
But I don't like that real chewy stuff. I would say for her making it her first time, I would say a 6. I would say a 6.
Okay.
It's really not bad. It's just I don't like what she's eating right now.
Yeah. And I like this the best. I like the chewiness of it.
But that egg do look good, and I will be eating one of those in the rice. If I remember, I will record that, and so y'all can see what the rice look like.
Okay.
All right, y'all, we gotta go.
All right, bye. Thanks for watching.